lost a lot of leaders on offense from last year, and now you have a starting quarterback. What are the biggest differences coming into this year on the offense?
Biggest difference, I mean, first and foremost, Blake Shapen at quarterback. But one of the things we're most happy with is the O-line. We only lost one guy on the O-line, and we're a team that's led by our D-line and our O-line. So that's not really changing. But we also have a young running back room. We also have a young wide receiver room. And it's been really cool to see those guys mature and grow and become the players that they're going to be during spring ball, during summer workouts, that type of thing. But leadership is influence, man. It's who you have the most influence on and how you can contribute and how you can get other guys to follow. So. Well, first and foremost, we're extremely happy with last year's success, but last year's success isn't going to help us be successful this year. You know, it's continuing to do the things that made you successful, and whether that's a hard off season, willingly, or just focusing day in and day out, preparing like a pro, doing the things you're asked to do on a daily basis, even though they're hard. You know, it's not the extraordinary things you do, it's the ordinary things you do at an extraordinary level. So that's really the take-home message. Coach McGuire is a great guy. I love him. Our relationship goes back almost 5 years now. You know, he's a great person, great coach. I'm super excited to see him do the things he's going to do at Tech. And I think every year you go into it wanting to be better than the last. So in high school for me, like I might have been more of a pass catcher, but as the years went on, my freshman and sophomore year at Baylor, I developed as a blocking tight end, and it's just really trying to come to that final form of becoming the best tight end that I can be, catching balls across the middle, blocking on the front side of wide zone, being great in every aspect that a tight end is asked to be great to do. You know, pass blocking. You know what I mean? We're asked to do a lot of different things at a high level, so that's, I mean, a big focus is getting better each and every year at that. So. I mean, Blake's got a great arm. He's a great leader. These last 7 months, you have seen him flourish and become a more influential leader. Like I said before, leadership is influence, and the influence that he has on guys is tremendous. Guys buy into what he says, who he is, what kind of person he is. Guys are following Blake, and, you know, exciting times, man. Really excited to see Blake play this year. The biggest thing about us is we're an attacking multiple formation offense that runs a few plays a lot of ways with more misdirection than anybody in the country. And that's who we are, and that's the offensive identity. We're RVO. But Coach Grimes has said, you know, as a tight end, even in this offense, you're asked to do a lot. Pro-style offense, I mean, tight ends aren't just going to catch passes. We're going to do everything. So, and that goes for everybody. Everyone's asked to do a lot. Everyone's asked to carry their weight. Doing your 1/11th and becoming reliable and violent as an offense is our goals. No, it's just who we are. We talk about it a lot, though.
Ben, what's it like coming in this year, moving up Big 12 championship? A year ago, you guys were about 2 wins. There was no expectations. Do you like kind of the added pressure of being maybe number one?
I don't really feel pressure, man. As long as you prepare and do the things that you're supposed to do, what you're asked to do, on the ins and the outs. I don't know. I don't feel pressure. If you prepare the right way, pressure shouldn't really be there. Should be more excitement than anything. I mean, there's a number of guys. Like I said, we got some senior backs. We got Squirrel. We got Tay. At receiver, we got Josh Cameron, we got young Monterey Baldwin. We got guys that have played, have experience, just in smaller roles, and I think they know just as well as we do that as time goes on, your role increases. So I think the recognition of knowing that it's time to become that player, and just to know that the room is young, but that's no excuse not to be a great person or a great leader. I wouldn't necessarily say that, but I am going to do the things that I'm asked to do, whether that have a stronger role or a lesser role. Okay. So last year against BYU, that was a really fun game. BYU is considered a tough team. They've ranked in the polls for the last 2 years. Very tough opponent and someone we take very serious. They're a really good team. We really respect them. As for going to Provo this year, I think it's kind of exciting. Like for me, it's kind of I don't know. I've never been to Utah, so that'll be cool. Going to their place this time, so things might be a little different. We don't have the home field advantage. And then as for them coming into the Big 12, I mean, I'm happy. I'm excited. Add some fresh blood to the Big 12 and let's play some football. Not necessarily. Personally, I've never experienced a coach like David or Coach Aranda. I really respect the way he teaches, influences, and coaches. His biggest thing is person over player, and our motto as a team is pound the rock. And those are things that he has influenced and put into our heads, and we have taken it and we have run with it. Coach Aranda is such an influential leader. All our credit goes to him. We love him. He's a great coach. Yeah. The success that we had last year wouldn't have been possible without Gary, and everybody knows that, and we're extremely fortunate to have had Gary on our team. There was a couple or a little bit of a growing issue, but at the end of the day, Blake's our guy. Blake's the guy we're going to roll with, and we're extremely confident in Blake and the things that he can do. Every year we set new goals. Our goals are to compete for the Big 12 championship and then take a shot at the college football playoff. That's what it's been year in and year out. Playing in the Big 12 championship is something that we aspire to do every single year because of the things we do, the preparation we put in. It's a culmination of the things that we do on a daily basis. We hope take us to those places. I can see him growing in a couple different ways. Coach Aranda is a very influential guy. Is quiet. He might look to others. His words speak volumes. When he says something, he means it. He has a very philosophical outlook on things, which is different than most coaches. But the things he says hold weight. They hold value, and everything that comes out of his mouth is well respected by the whole team. It was cool. Just reminds you what happened last December. So, building off of that, we want to come back this next December. So.
Taking on that new role, kind of being the favorite and being
Well, this year we're not a surprise to anybody. What we did last year. Everybody knows who Baylor is. Everybody knows what kind of team we are, and everybody knows what they're going to get. So, with that being said, I think people are probably going to try to take us more serious. As for the rest, I'm not sure. So. Personally, my biggest goal is to become just a better overall tight end, whether that be running routes to get open, not just as they're drawn, being more physical on the play side and backside of wide zone, being more versatile in the passing game, becoming a better pass blocker, all the things that can really make you a better tight end for the future. So, it might not just be one thing for me. It's always a couple different things that can help me overall improve my game. Yeah, that's where we're at, and it comes back to last year was last year, and last year was a completely different team than the team we have this year. We had 6 guys get drafted, we had a bunch of guys go move on in life, we had some guys sign to NFL teams. So to say that last year's team is this year's team is not true. So we're building our identity, we're building our culture, and we're doing that during the summertime, and we did it during the springtime. And this year's team is not last year's team. We're ready to move on and attack Albany. Yeah, most recently it's been George Kittle. So I like to watch a lot of film on the San Francisco 49ers just because what they do is very similar to kind of like how we run our wide zone scheme. But George Kittle, you can see when he blocks, he has an intent to him. He doesn't just kind of get in the way. He wants to dominate you, and he wants to put you on your back, and he wants to be the guy that's making that wide zone play work. And his energy on the field is unmatched. How he plays, the way he treats his teammates. He's an overall great teammate and a great player and a great person. So that's who I model my game after. What was the last part? No, not at the moment. Dylan isn't just a great player. He's a great person. He has immense influence on the entire team. I think it's fair to say that he is a great person and a great player, and who he is, he fits perfect in what we're doing right now.